Every morning at Mama Oluchi's food stand, something strange always happened. The moment Obi appeared, customers stopped buying. Yes, that's Obi, the madman everybody in Aba knew, the one people avoided like unpaid debts. Dirty clothes, bare feet, hair that looked like it had fought many battles and won none. Everybody avoided him except Mama Oluchi. She always tried to give him food whenever he passed. That morning was no different. Aba was already alive. Bosses honked like they were angry at the world. Traders shouted over each other. People rushed as if that very day was the deadline for success. At Mama Oluchi's canteen, the line was long as usual. "Na my turn now," one man insisted, stretching his plate forward. "Add beans and egg for me. Make am correct," another man said. Bankers, mechanic, taxi drivers, all of them were regulars there. Mama Oluchi's food didn't discriminate, and neither did her prices. Everything was going smoothly until Obi showed up. He appeared beside the crowd quietly, like a shadow nobody invited. His clothes were as dirty as always, barefooted, his face looking like he had just come down from a prayer mountain after fasting for 40 days. One customer noticed him at first. "Hey, move from here," the man snapped, waving his hand as if chasing a stubborn fly. But just as the man stepped forward to drive him away, Mama Oluchi looked up from her pot. "Please, let him be," she said calmly. No shouting, no argument, just that soft voice that somehow carried authority. She quickly packed some food into a takeaway plate, tied it, and walked over. Without ceremony, she dropped it gently in front of Obi. Immediately, murmurs spread. Some customers whispered, some frowned, some were already turning to leave, angry like broke boyfriends after Valentine's Day. If you are watching this right now, be honest. Would you stay or would you leave too? And before we continue, please hit the subscribe button below if you haven't. Thanks for the support. Days went by in Aba as usual. The bosses still argued with their aunts every morning. Traders still shouted prices like auctioneers. Life moved fast, loud and impatient. Then, one morning, a stranger stepped into the story. Her name was Kiki, a photographer from the city, the type that saw life through a camera lens before seeing it with her eyes. She stopped by at Mama Oluchi's canteen to eat. At first, nothing seemed unusual. The line was there, plates clanked, beans seam, and customer argued about who came first. Normal Aba morning. Then Obi appeared, and just like always, Mama Oluchi did what she always did. She paused serving the queue, packed food into a takeaway, and walked straight to him. Kiki froze. Her photographer instinct woke up immediately. This wasn't just a moment to her, this was content. Quickly, she lifted her camera, clicked, another angle, clicked, one more shot of Mama Oluchi dropping the food in front of Obi, click. To Kiki, it looked like she had just captured something shocking, something people online would react to. By the time she finished eating and returned home, she didn't waste time. She uploaded the pictures to Instagram. Then she typed a caption, "Roadside food seller fed a madman." But how can she do that when people are watching? How would someone who sells food go close to a madman? "I don't think eating at that canteen is safe." She added her hashtag carefully. "Say no to street food. Don't poison people. Health first." And just like that, the post took off. Not in a good way. Comments flooded in. People reposted. Some users even set up their ring lights and started recording reaction videos. "This is bad," one influencer shouted into a camera. "This shouldn't be tolerated," another added dramatically. "Stop buying food on the street," someone posted with bold red text. The outrage spread faster than Aba traffic gossip. and Kiki, she kept posting. Every notification, every share, every comment fed her excitement. She even edited the video clip she took, zooming in on Obi, slowing the moment Mama Oluchi handed him the food, shaping the story to look more disturbing. To her, it wasn't about truth anymore. It was about attention. And the more the post went viral, the more she enjoyed the spotlight. Dear viewers, where are you watching from? Kindly leave a comment and thanks for the support. Kiki's post kept spreading. At first, it was just online noise, comments, share, opinions from people who had never stepped foot in Aba. But soon, it became real. People stopped eating at Mama Oluchi's canteen. Some whispered she must be hiding something. Some said maybe she knew the madman before. Others insisted that there was more to the story. Rumor, as usual, traveled faster than buses at a free road. Days passed. Some mornings, Mama Oluchi barely sold one pot of rice. Some days, nobody even stopped at all. Her benches stayed empty, her pot stayed full. But on the days Obi came, she still gave him food. From a distance, people watched. Some shook their head, others muttered under their breath. Even fellow traders in Aba began to advise her. Mama Oluchi, one woman called from the next store. Don't you think you should start chasing that madman away? Or you want him to ruin your business completely? Mama Oluchi sighed deeply. I do not see anything wrong in what I do, she replied gently. I also have my own children far away from me, and I pray they find help wherever they go. Her voice softened. I pack food for Obi inside a takeaway and drop it in front of him. I have never fed him with my direct hand. I didn't go close, but if helping someone is now a bad thing, then it's fine. She returned to her cooking after that. No arguments, no bitterness, just quiet strength. One morning, she opened her canteen as usual. She cooked as usual, arranged the benches as usual, served the customers who still came as usual, but sales were dull, just like the days before. Still, she didn't give up. It was almost closing time when Obi appeared. She saw him from afar. For a brief moment, something crossed her mind. Maybe today I should ignore him. Not out of anger, not out of fear, just tiredness. But she shook the thought away. Instead, she packed the last food remaining, tied the takeaway and placed it on the ground for him, just like she always did. Obi picked it up quietly, then something unusual happened. Before leaving, he dropped a folded white paper on the floor. Mama Oluchi watched from where she sat. She didn't move immediately. Obi took a few steps, then turned back slightly, making a small gesture with his hand like he wanted her to take it. Slowly, Mama Oluchi stood up. She walked forward, bent down and picked up the paper. When she opened it, her heart jumped. At first, she thought maybe it was nonsense scribbles, but no, it was a phone number. She stared at it for a moment, confused. Then, she reached out for her phone and dialed. The line rang once, twice, then someone picked. Before Mama Oluchi could even speak, a man's voice burst from the other end. Obi, is that you? Mama Oluchi froze, shocked and confused. At the same time, she replied quickly, This is not Obi, but Obi gave me this number. There was a loud exhale from the phone. Please, where did you find him? The man asked urgently. He's been missing for months now. Mama Oluchi explained everything calmly, how Obi came occasionally, how she fed him, how she didn't know where he stayed. She gave the man her address and added, he comes at least 2 or 3 times in a month. You might be lucky if you watch around. The man thanked her repeatedly before ending the call. Mama Oluchi didn't think much of it after that. She simply closed her store and went home, unaware of what had just started moving behind the scenes. Because That same evening, some men were assigned to quietly stand watch around Mama Oluchi's canteen. Unknown to her, they were there to monitor when Obi would return. They blended in like ordinary passerby. They observed, they waited. They even recorded videos daily, sending updates back to their boss. Days passed, nothing happened. Then, one morning, it happened like a sudden flash. Obi finally showed up. Mama Oluchi dropped the food for Obi as usual that morning. She didn't know anything was different. But suddenly, before Obi could even sit to eat, the men who had been hiding nearby rushed out. Within seconds, they surrounded him. One of them gently but firmly held his arm. Another one opened the door of a black car with tinted glass. And before anyone could even process what was happening, they took Obi away. Just like that. No shouting, no struggle, no explanation. The car drove off, leaving dust and confusion behind. But, truth be told, most people didn't really care. Life in Aba moved on quickly. Traders returned to shouting prices. Customers focused on their daily hustle. The story faded like yesterday's news. Weeks passed. Then, one afternoon, something unusual happened. A sleek black SUV slowly pulled up and parked right in front of Mama Oluchi's canteen. The kind of car that made head turns instantly. Doors opened, and the first person to step out made Mama Oluchi freeze. It was Obi, but not the Obi they knew. His hair were neat, his clothes were clean and expensive, his posture was confident, his eyes were clear. He looked completely different. Mama Oluchi gasped loudly. Obi, she shouted in disbelief, her voice breaking with joy. People began to gather immediately. Traders left their store. Passerby slowed down. Within moments, a small crowd formed. Another man stepped out from the SUV and stood beside Obi. He adjusted his suit and cleared his throat, then spoke calmly. "My name is Senator Emeka," he said. "I am Obi's father." A wave of murmur swept through the crowd. "You mean the philanthropist?" someone asked loudly. "The man who owns multi-million-dollar company across Africa." "Yes," he replied simply. The crowd went silent. "Obi is my son," the senator continued, "and he is not mad." He paused, letting the words sink in. "The medical test we ran showed he had amnesia 7 months ago. He had an accident while driving alone on the highway. According to our findings, the people who rescued him took his valuables and abandoned him once he regains consciousness." Gasps filled the air. "We searched everywhere," the senator went on. "At some point, I even feared he didn't want me to know where he was until I received your call." He turned to Mama Oluchi. "That number you dialed, it was a private line meant only for Obi. Any call through it meant it had to be him." Mama Oluchi stood speechless. Around her, people watched the scene unfold like they were standing inside a cinema movie. No one whispered now, no one mocked, no one complained, just silence and realization. Have you subscribed to this channel yet? If not, please don't hesitate to give me a follow. Hit the subscribe button below now. It also got to our notice, Senator Emeka added, his voice calm but firm, that "my son's condition almost ruined your business because of that post circulating online." Mama Oluchi nodded slowly. She didn't speak. Her eyes were still fixed on Obi, as if she feared blinking might make the moment disappear. "Well," the senator continued, "I want to thank your patience and your kind heart. Not many people would have done what you did." He turned slightly and gestured to one of the men behind him. "With this video I have here," he said, lifting a tablet, "I discovered that what was posted online was very different from what truly happened." He pressed play. The video showed Mama Oluchi from a distance packing food into a takeaway container and placing it on the ground for Obi. No touching, no closeness, just quiet kindness. The crowd leaned forward, watching closely. Is this how she always did? The senator asked. Yes, several voices answered immediately. That's exactly how. She never touched him. She always used takeaway. Murmurs spread through the gathering. But this time, the murmurs were filled with shame and relief. So now, Senator Emeka said, lowering the tablet, my team will take it up from here. We will post this video along with testimony from everyone who has witnessed her kindness. Applause broke out instantly. Yes, that's good, someone shouted. That's what should be done. The senator smiled slightly, then turned back to Mama Oluchi. And as for you, he continued, I believe kindness like yours should not go unrewarded. The crowd grew quiet again. I hereby give you a contract, he announced, to be in charge of the presidential kitchen. For a moment, nobody spoke. It was as if the air itself paused. And in addition, he went on, I reward you with a token of 500 million naira, a house and a car. The crowd exploded. Shouts. Some people even jumped in excitement. If you know anyone eligible for scholarship, the senator added, please don't hesitate to mention it. We will support them. People rushed forward to congratulate her. Mama Oluchi, your good heart has finally paid off. We are sorry, another trader confessed loudly. We thought you were ignoring us just to feed that madman while we stood under the sun waiting to pay. Forgive us. Mama Oluchi said nothing. She just stood there, overwhelmed, her hands trembling slightly, her eyes shining with tears she hadn't yet allowed to fall. She looked at Obi again, then at the senator, then at the crowd, still silent. Within minutes, more vehicles arrived. Large trucks were opened, and bags of rice, beans, carton of noodles, and other foodstuffs were brought down and shared among everyone present. Some people received small envelopes with cash tokens. Laughter filled the air. Smiles returned to faces. The same crowd that once doubted her now surrounded her with praise. It felt like a festival had suddenly started in front of her canteen. Then, from the back of the crowd, a woman raised her voice. What about the lady who framed Mama Oluchi? Everywhere went silent, and that's where we are going to end the story for now. Please, if you haven't, kindly hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. I'll be in the comment section and I'm going to reply to every comment. Thanks for the support, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.